Good morning, students. In our last class, we discussed about what is IGBT, how it's worked, and what are the different types of characteristics of the IGBT are discussed in previous class. In our today's class, we are going to discuss about snubber circuits. Okay, na? Let's see what is a snubber circuit. So snubber circuit which snubs or limits the switching voltage amplitude at its rate of rise, hence it reduces the power dissipation in power electronic switching circuits. So what is snubber circuit means? It is a circuit used to limits the voltage amplitude, and it is also used to limits the rate of rise of voltage with respect to time. Okay na? Because of these limitations we can reduce the power dissipation of the electronics network. This is the snubber circuit. Next, why we are using this snubber circuit? Why we are using this snubber circuit means snubber circuit can helps in many ways. Let's see what are the uses. So first one is it reduce or eliminates the voltage or current spikes. Spikes means there is, if there is a unwanted voltage or excess current is raised in the current waveform, that raised voltages or raised current can be reduced by using this snubber circuit. And second one is it also limits the rate of rise of current, or it also limits the rate of rise of voltage. That means if there is a any sudden increase in voltage or current can be reduced by using this snubber circuit. And another advantage is it shapes the load line to keep within the safe operating area. Okay na? And it also transfers the power dissipation from switching to resistor or useful load. And another advantage is it reduces the total losses due to switches. And another advantage is reduce the EMI by damping the voltage and current ringing. So for these reasons, for these advantages, we are going to use this snubber circuit. Next, what is the working of snubber circuit? Let's see the what is the basic working of the snubber circuit. First of all, let us consider a resistive load is present. Now we are going to discuss about the snubber circuit operation for resistive loads. When a power semiconductor is switched on or off, the device voltage and current are large, resulting in high power dissipation across the device, which is high energy losses. That means if there is any switching operation is done in a circuit, then there is a some voltage drop is existed. At the same time there is a some large current leakages is also present. Because of this voltage and current, there is a high power dissipation across the switch. So when the switch is open to interrupt the current flow in resistive load, there will be a linear variation of switching voltage and current that results in peak dissipation. That means almost 1 by 4th of the product of maximum voltage and maximum current, which is very high in high voltage switching. So let us see the diagram. So this is the simple diagram to understand our basic operation of this circuit. So see here, when the switch is open, then see here, the switching voltages is increases linearly, that current is reduces linearly. Overall, the power losses because of this switching operation is this 1 by 4 Vd into I. So this is considered as a very large loss in switching operation. Okay na? So in the similar way, instead of resistor, if you use the inductive load, then this loss will increases more. Okay now, why these losses is increased more means because of there is a prolonged current flow. So in inductive circuit there is a excess of current will be raised. Even though the switch is in opened, there is a some currents are came, that currents are called prolonged currents. Okay na? So in inductive loads these losses will be more. Okay na? So to reduce these losses, this type of switching losses, we are going to use the snubber circuit. Let us see how use this snubber circuit. So these losses can be minimized with the snubber capacitor connected across the semiconductor switch as shown in the figure. See here, previously here we are using only switch. Because of this switch we are getting these losses 1 by 4 Vd into I. Now we are using the capacitor across the switch. This capacitor is called as a snubber capacitor. Because of this capacitor, see here, the switching voltage is reduced compared to previous one. See here the voltage is linear, but while in inductive loads this switching voltage is reduced. Because of this switching voltage is reduced, the switching power is also going to be reduced. Okay na? So this is the advantage of using snubber circuit. Let us see how this snubber capacitor is worked. So let us see the basic working operation of this snubber circuit. As the switch opens, current is diverted into the snubber capacitor, which is initially uncharged. After that, see here, during the starting time, let us consider this capacitor is uncharged, and when this switch is in open condition, the capacitor starts charging. Okay na? So after that, the current slowly build up the switching voltage. As a result, current drops to the low value before the switching voltage has increased significantly. This slow increase in switching voltage produces a sustainable reduction in the switching energy loss. With this arrangement of snubber and power semiconductor switches, we can attain the high frequency of operation and low switching losses. When the switch is closed at the starting of its conduction angle, the snubber capacitor discharges through the closed switch. This discharged current is usually limited by placing a small resistor in series with the snubber capacitor. This gives the basic RC snubber circuit with time constant T is equal to RC. See here, what is the basic working of this snubber circuit means. See here, at the time of starting, the switch is in open condition. When the switch is open condition, this current is flows through this capacitor. At this situation, initially the capacitor is uncharged, so now the capacitor is charged, and smallly the voltage across the capacitor is going to be increased. After that, when the switch is closed, then there is a flow of current through the capacitor circuit. This capacitor starts discharging. So here the current is limited by using this resistor. Okay na? So in this way we can reduce. When the switching operation is done, there is a very less losses can be generated by using this snubber circuit. Without using this snubber circuit, these losses will be more. So compared to the circuit which not using this snubber circuit, the losses will be more. If you use this snubber circuit, the losses will be reduced. Okay na? So this is about the basic working principle of the snubber circuit. For suppose if we are connected this snubber circuit to the any SCR or any IGBT or any power semiconductor device, let us see how it's working. So this is the basic connection circuit diagram for the snubber circuit. See here how this snubber circuit is working for any SCB or IGBT. Okay na? Let us consider this is a switch, that means any semiconductor devices like SCR or IGBT. So initially the switch is in off state. When the switch is in off state, the supplies the current, and that current flows through this side. So in this process the capacitor C1 gets charging and the current flowing through like this. When the pulse is applied to the transistor Q1, when this pulse is applied to the gate of a transistor, then automatically this transistor starts conduction. So when this starts conduction, then the capacitor C1 starts discharging the current like this way. Okay na? So while the capacitor is sending the current in constant way, so even though there is any excess of current is generated or any spikes are produces, that is reached to the only this snubber circuit. Here the R1 is present because to limits the currents, okay na, which is sent by the capacitor C1. So this is the practical operation of the snubber circuit. This process is going on regularly. Okay na? While the circuit is operated, the capacitor starts charging, and next cycle the capacitor starts discharge. When the pulse turn off the gate signal, at that situation capacitor starts charging. When the pulse signal turn on the gate signal, then this capacitor starts discharging. This process is done continuously. Okay na? So this is the basic working of the snubber circuit. Next, there are different kinds of snubber circuit. There are so many types of snubber circuits. Out of this we are considering only two, that is RC capacitor damping network, and second one is resistor capacitor diode turn off snubber. So mainly these two are considered. In these two are circuits also we are mostly using the RC damping networks. Okay na? So let us see the circuit design of the RC snubber circuit. So the circuit is a capacitor and a series resistor connected across the switch. Already we are seeing here how this snubber circuit is connected across the switch, means it is connected across the, that means a resistor and capacitors are connected in series. This whole set is connected across the switch means we can use either transistor, SCR or IGBT. So here we have to remember one thing is this snubber circuit means RC circuit. These RC circuits are connected in series, and this series connection is connected across the any switch. So this is the basic connection of the snubber circuit. And we have to remember one thing is the amount of energy is dissipated in the snubber resistor is equal to the amount of energy stored in the capacitor. This is the very important point we have to remember while designing the snubber circuit. What is that point? The energy dissipated in the snubber resistor is equal to the energy stored in the capacitor. Okay na? Next, an RC snubber placed across the switch can be used to reduce the peak voltage at turn off and to lamp the ring. So by using this snubber circuit we can reduce the peak voltages, and at the same time we can, this snubber circuit acts like a protective circuit for the switches. Okay, now by using this snubber circuit we can protect this SCRs or IGBTs from the unwanted voltages. That means any spikes are there that can be reduced by using this snubber circuit. Next, any snubber circuit can be a this RC circuits also can be designed in two types. What are those? Means polarized and second one is unpolarized circuit. In polarized circuit also there is a two types. One is forward polarized connection and second one is reversed polarized connection. So what is the current flowing through this snubber circuit is V0 by RS, where this V0 is the initial voltage of the circuit and this RS is the snubber circuit resistance. I is equal to V0 by S. This is the one way we have to calculate the current flowing through this snubber circuit, and another formula we can use for finding the current flowing through the snubber circuit is I is equal to C into dV by dt, where the C is the capacitor connected in the snubber circuit. So in RC circuit there are totally two connections is there, polarized and non-polarized connections. In polarized also there are two types of connections. What are those? Means forward polarized connection and second one is reversed polarized connection. So let us see the forward polarized RC snubber circuit. For an appropriate forward polarized snubber circuit, thyristors are connected in an anti-parallel diode. R will limits the forward dV by dt and R1 limits the discharge current from the capacitor when the transistor Q1 is turned on. These are used as a over voltage snubber to clamp the voltage. See here, there are two transistors are see here there are two diodes are connected in anti-parallel. Here these two diodes are connected in parallel like this D1 and this D3 are connected in parallel. Here see here, this is the R and this this is the C capacitor, this is the R. This is considered as a snubber circuit. okay na, that connected across the switch. So this RC is connected across the switch. Here we have to remember one thing is why we are using these resistors. Why we are using this resistor means here R will limits the forward dv by dt. That means here this R will protected from the rate of rise of voltage, and R1 limits the discharging current of the capacitor when transistor Q1 is turned on. So here the two resistors are used. One is R. This R is used for limits the rate of rise of voltage, and second one is R1. This R1 limits the discharge current from the capacitor when transistor Q1 is turns on. So overall this connection is used for over voltage protection of the transistor. We can use here either transistor or any another power semiconductor devices like SCR or IGBT. Just for explanation purpose we are considering here the transistor Q1. Okay na? Next, this is the connection for forward polarized RC snubber circuit. Next, see the circuit diagram for reverse polarized snubber circuit. This is the circuit for reversed polarized snubber circuit. Here we are using only one diode, but in forward condition, forward polarized snubber circuit, we are using two diodes. Thus two diodes are connected in anti-parallel, but in reverse polarized RC snubber circuit we are using only one diode. At the same time, here we are using the two resistors, that is R and R1, and capacitor is also present in the circuit, and entire this snubber circuit is connected across the switch. That means here we are using the transistor Q1. So what is the purpose of the R1 means here R1 will limits the discharging current of the capacitor. Okay na? And this entire the circuit is used for the protection of the rate of rise of voltage. That means if there is any sudden rise in voltage in a supply, that rate of rise of voltage can be protected by this. Because of the rate of rise of voltage, the transistor may be damaged. So for that purpose here we are using this snubber circuit. Because of this snubber circuit, this transistor is going to be protected. Okay na? So here we have to consider one thing is this snubber circuit is used as a protective circuit for the switches, power switches. Okay na? Next, so this is about polarized snubber circuit. Next, let us see unpolarized snubber circuit. An unpolarized snubber circuit is used when a pair of switching devices is used in a anti-parallel. For determining the resistance and capacitance value, a simple technique can be used. For this, optimum designing is needs. Hence, a complex procedure will be used. This can be used by protect to protect the thyristor. So see here, this is the unpolarized snubber circuit. Here we have to consider one thing is here the two transistors are connected anti-parallel. These two transistors are connected in anti-parallel, and a snubber circuit consisting of resistor R and capacitor C is connected across this anti-parallel diode set. Okay na? So here by connecting this RC snubber circuit, we can easily limits the voltage that raised in the operation. That means if there is any sudden change of rise in voltage, that rise in voltage can be overcome by this RC connection. Okay, na? So here we have to find out the capacitor values and resistive values. So for designing of the RC snubber circuit, we have to find out the what is the optimizing values of capacitor and what are the optimizing values of the resistor. If you take capacitor as your wish, that means there is some disturbance in the operation of this RC circuit. So for better operation of this snubber circuit, we have to select the proper rated capacitor and proper rated resistor for better operation and for better protection of the circuit. So let us see how the capacitor is going to be selected in a snubber circuit. So how the capacitor is selected means, the capacitor what we are selected in this snubber circuit, it must be reaches two requirements. What are those requirement? First one is the energy stored in the capacitor must be greater than the energy in the circuit's inductors. So generally we are using the inductive loads. There is some inductance value existed for the load. So we have to choose the capacitor. That capacitor must satisfy the first condition is the energy stored in the capacitor snubber circuit is must be greater than the energy in the circuit inductance. That is the first condition we have to satisfy for the selection of the capacitor. And second one is the time constant of this snubber circuit should be small compared to the shortest on time expected, usually 10% of the on time. So this is the second condition for the selection of the capacitor. What is the second condition means the time constant of this snubber circuit should be small compared to the shortest on time expected. Next, by allowing the resistor to be effective in the ringing frequency, this capacitor is used to minimize the dissipation at switching frequency. The best design in the impedance of the capacitor is same that of the resistor at the ringing frequency. So this is the, if you want to select the capacitor, it must satisfy the two basic requirements. What are those basic requirements means? First one is we have to select the capacitor. That capacitor must stores the energy must be greater than the energy in the circuit inductance. And second one is time constant of the snubber circuit should be small. Okay na? So these are the two important points we have to consider while selecting the capacitor. Next, resistor selecting. It is important that resistor or in the snubber circuit have low self inductance. Inductance in R will increases the peak value and it will tend to defeat the purpose of the snubber circuit. That means, so the selection of the R in a snubber circuit is also a very important. How can we select this resistor means that selected resistor must have the very low self inductance. Okay na? So next, low inductance will also be desirable for R in snubber, but it is not critical since the effect of small amount of inductance is slightly increasing the reset of time of capacitance and it will reduces the peak current in switch at turn on time. So here we have to remember this thing also. Low inductance will also be the desirable for snubber circuit. That means inductance should be as small as possible. Why? Because the small amount also affects the entire circuit. Okay na. So and next point is the normalized choose of R is usually the carbon composite or metal film. Next point, the resistance power dissipated must be independent of the resistance R, because it dissipated the energy stored in the snubber capacitor in each transistor of the voltage in a capacitor. Next, if you select the resistor at the characteristic impedance, the ringing will be damped. So students, so these are the points we have to remember while selecting the resistor. So here main thing we have to remember, one thing is the entire inductance should be reduced by proper selection of this resistance value. Next, second one, up to now we see about RC snubber circuit. RC snubber circuit means resistor and capacitor snubber circuit. Now let us see about RCD snubber circuit. RCD snubber circuit means resistor, capacitor, diode snubber circuit. So let us see the design of this RCD snubber circuit. So there is a several advantages of the RCD snubber circuit compared to RC snubber circuit. Let us see what are those advantages. In addition to the peak voltage limit, by using this RCD snubber circuit, the circuit can be reduce the total circuit losses, including both switching and snubber losses. So compared to the RC network, RC snubber circuit, this RCD network having limits the peak voltage, and it also reduces the total circuit losses, and it also reduces the switching snubber losses. This is the advantages of the RCD snubber circuit. And another advantage is much better load line can be achieved, allow the load line to pass well within the safe mode of operation. So by using this RCD snubber circuit, this safe mode of operation is also increased. So by using this RCD circuit, the total losses will be less. Next, the shunt capacitance across the switch is useful part of the snubber capacitor. So here in RCD circuit we are using the shunt capacitor. This capacitor is very useful for the circuit. So see here, this is the basic snubber circuit diagram or CD. In RCD snubber circuit, we have to consider these things, means this resistor and diode are connected in parallel, and this parallel connection is connected in series with the snubber capacitor. So the entire combination of this is the resistor, diode and capacitor. So this is the basic circuit diagram for the RCD snubber circuit. In RCD snubber circuit, resistor R and diode D are connected in parallel, and this set is connected with a series capacitor CS. Okay na? This is the basic circuit diagram. And here also we have to choose the C value and R value. How can we see the capacitance value and resistor value for the RCD circuit. So this is the formulas for the selection of C and selection of R. Here, C, the what is the formula for capacitance C? C is equal to I naught Ts by 2 E naught. Here, I naught is the initial current, E naught is the initial voltage, and Ts is the fall time by the switch. These are the, by using these terms we can calculate the capacitance C. And second one is resistance. So how can we choose the resistance? Means by using this formula. So here resistance R is equal to T by T on into Cs. Here the Cs is called as a value of the capacitance in a snubber circuit, and T on minimum means minimum time required to turn on the switch. Okay na? So by using these formulas we can find out the capacitance and resistance value in a RCD snubber circuit. Next, so with the advantages of the RCD, there are some disadvantages is also present in the RCD snubber circuit. So what is the disadvantage means? So there is one disadvantage because of the diode across the RS. The effective value for RS during the charging of this capacitor CS is essentially 0. So see here, if the capacitor wants to be charged, if this capacitor wants to be charged means either this diode should be in forward bias or this resistor will be less. For suppose if this diode is in reverse bias, there is a no conduction of current through that diode. At that situation the resistor must be 0. When this resistor is 0, then only the maximum current flows through the capacitor, then only the capacitor starts charging. Otherwise it is not possible to charge the snubber circuit. So this is the one of the disadvantage in the RCD network. So there is not the optimal value, and for the given CS, E1 will be higher, then it will be a optimized RC snubber circuit. So this is about the RCD snubber circuits. Okay na? Thank you students.